So this was the most difficult shot of the whole film.
I know once this shot is done, then everything else will just fall into place. Welcome to episode 1 of Taylor Twin Pictures Behind the Scenes.
Today we're going to talk about Neon Blue.
We've been working on Neon Blue for a couple of years now, and we keep getting asked some questions like, what is Neon Blue? How can I get involved? Because it looks really cool. We are going to give you some insight into this short film, which is about the friendship between a boy and a robot and the journey they must go on to prevent World War III. The reason I'm making this film is I've been working at Leica for a long time. I've worked on multiple films, Box Trolls, Kubo, Missing Link, which just won a Golden Globe, and it's an inspiring place to work, and I decided I'm going to make my own animated film.
We were at the arcade for Elmer's birthday. I stepped away to get quarters. When I came back, your brother had 2 bullet holes in his back, and Elmer had a broken nose.
So not only do I get to lend my voice as the main character of this film, Blue, but I also get to do some co-producing with Neil. We meet up on a regular basis to discuss script revisions, major plot points, and really kind of hold each other accountable to keep this project rolling along.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm inspired by movies like Blade Runner, Short Circuit, Terminator 2. I like wrapping my head around robot consciousness and morality that they possess. What if I take a look at one of the greatest books of all time, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn? What if we look at that story through the lens of a retro 80s futuristic world? A boy frees a slave, but what if that slave is a robot? I hired Norman Morana to be my character designer, and then with those designs, I hired Ann Tseng to translate the 2D drawing into a 3D sculpt.
And we used a special laser scanner on my character, Blue, so we can have incredible detail and accuracy.
Joining Jared in the cast is Alex Fox, who plays the young hero, Elmer. This character, Elmer, is really the heart of the movie, and Alex brings an incredible juxtaposition of vulnerability and a childlike confidence to the role that really pulls the audience into the story.
We have to go to the military base first.
Why?
To destroy that robot army. Dad wouldn't want his work to be used for war.
If we get captured, that could actually lead to World War III.
Then we have to be really careful.
Also rounding out our cast is another actor that I'm super excited to work with, Matt Zach. He is going to be playing Elmer's uncle, Grover, and he manages to dive deep into the psychology of this very complex character.
Whoa, Elmer, what the hell happened to your face?
If Neon Blue is a success, I have enough material written and recorded to extend the short film into a feature or a series, which would feature yet even more characters, even more action, more locations. The world created is vast, and there's plenty of room to expand on that.
The majority of the action of Neon Blue takes place on a moving train, and Neil built a miniature model private train car so you can dive deeper into the world.
Yeah, I was trying to find the look of the film, so I was doing kind of tests, experiments, and it was very informative, but shooting in a set that big didn't give me quite the control over the lighting and the camera moves that I really wanted to accomplish what was in my head, so ultimately Neon Blue is actually a complete CG film.
The world you're creating for this project is really unique for an animated film. How would you describe the aesthetics and the feel of Neon Blue?
My first picture in my head, I would explain to people as, imagine Blade Runner meets Adventure Time. I wanted the cyberpunk world that is textural and atmospheric, the way Blade Runner is, but I wanted the colors to be really vibrant, really saturated, like a cartoon, like Adventure Time. So to try to capture that feel, I decided that I would have my characters be grayscale. My environments would be grayscale. Then I would fill the scenes with colorful lights. That essentially gives me the pure, vibrant colors that I am looking for, but in a atmospheric environment.
So the voice work on Neon Blue has been recorded.
Yep.
The digital environments have been modeled. The characters have been modeled, textured, rigged, and are ready to come to life. So now, what's next?
Well, animating. And it takes time. And on top of that, the most ambitious shot in the entire film is right at the beginning. It's a single take that starts on a train station platform, pushes into our characters. There's dialogue. They board the train. The view shifts to this massive cityscape. We get introduced to the whole world. Searchlights are scanning through the city. There's piles of garbage. Our view shifts back even further into the train, and it's all one continuous take.
So this was the most difficult shot of the whole film. So you wanted to get it done first.
I know once this shot is done, then everything else will just fall into place quite quickly.
So then it's on to animating the rest of the film. So if you have any questions or comments about Neon Blue, maybe you are an aspiring, talented animator and you want to get involved, leave a comment below, send us your reel and get us your information. And we're going to need some extra hands on this project to get it done this year, hopefully.
I would love that. Hey, thank you for watching this episode of Taylor Twin Pictures Behind the Scenes. This is a brand new YouTube channel, so hit the subscribe, and you can stay up to date on Neon Blue, other Taylor Twin Pictures projects like Savage Midlife, which my twin brother Rob is directing, co-written by Nick Costa. And we also have other projects in development, maybe future adventures of a certain time traveler named Neil Stryker. You know, I don't know. You'll have to subscribe to find out.
Thanks for coming by. Check out Neon Blue. See you next time.
See ya.